Hello everyone, my name is Barbara Nalewko. I'm a Polish girl who lives in Ireland and likes to knit, and today I have a finished object for you, and I'm laughing because it's literally I'm overwhelmed or in the zone knitting leftover socks. By saying leftover, it means I'm using leftovers to knit socks. I hope I'm saying it right. Anyway, so for this video, I hope you watched the previous one. That's basically was, let's say, pair number 1. I have pair number 2. The next one will be pair number 3. And the next one probably will be pair number 4 because I have a 4th one on my needles. So I'm a little bit behind. All the links down below if you're interested. There's even a video how to knit socks, how I knit socks, maybe that way. Step-by-step tutorial, I'm showing you everything. So, and I actually follow that with these ones. Aren't they cute? Okay, there's something about knitting with leftovers, to be honest. I have that zone, that feeling. I don't know, have you tried it? If you haven't, try. Rule number 1, don't use your own leftovers. That's the rule. Quickly, just saying, I knitted socks from toes up. I used first 80 centimeters, so 32 inches needles. I used magic loop to knit. Then I switched to 9 inches needles, and probably that's why I'm in the zone of knitting in the round, quite similar to knitting hats. And you know probably that I'm quite a hat lover. That's a truck if you hear this. So check it out, playlist hats, and you will know what I'm talking about. Right, so I have a thing now for these, and so anyway, what I used, that's the one yarn, that's another yarn, this is another yarn, and this is another yarn. And kind of this white thing is what. Okay, so what the fun part of it is, anyway, my friend asked me, do I want leftovers, because she has skeins, well I have skeins too, and she said, you know all this, most likely she's not going to knit them anymore because she done socks with them, and would I want them? And I said yes. And I did not know. I thought first that it would be like, oh, there will be my, you know, here, and I will know that they're there, and they will just go into my hat. I'm still knitting another pair, although I finished the first sock. Ta-da! Something fell, I don't care. So yeah, so once I finish these, I'm going to pick another one. It's like, I don't know, I'm in the car, I have just 3 minutes, I don't know, I don't want to think, I'm just grabbing and knitting. And especially, I know, if you watch this channel for a while, you may have heard me during one podcast episode chit-chatting about knitting, and especially 9 inches, that I had kind of a practice mode. I knitted one sock and I was like, oh, I get cramps, I don't know how to grab it, I don't know how to touch it, fingers on that side, how on earth people can do it? You know, and I have small hands. I was a former swimmer and I have small hands. How on earth? But anyway, eventually I figured out the technique. So you need to play with it. If you've tried once, twice, even 3rd time, it was a little bit. On the 4th, it's kind of clicked. So on the 4th, I could do 45 minutes without anything, and I thought like, ooh, I'm getting there. So basically, probably I'm using muscles in my hands that I don't normally use when I knit. And maybe they were getting tired and eventually get stronger. Okay. Let's move. Let's move on. Right, so if you want to help me out, go to Instagram, link down below. Let me know which one I should pick. And you see, this is the beauty. I have just that much. So obviously when I finish with them, I will finish with all of it. And they're used, loved, and they're perfect for, like, you know, gifts. Right, let's go back to my ones. And then they end up like this. So yeah, hopefully I have some photos. Maybe I took one. Oh, had to start a project page on RAVELRY. So if you're first time, you don't know what that is, it's basically knitters, crocheters, digital world. So you can go over there for free. You can open an account where you can do loads of stuff. And one of those stuff is to browse through the patterns, and second is to create your own project page for your projects. Okay. So what do we have over here? First things first, I started with a drops Fable. I think it's 75% wool, 25% polyamide, and what we have over here is a color 100. So it's like almost plain white, but not really white. It's white, but it's not really white. Off-white, maybe off-white, but it's not yellow. Whatever. And then I come up with another leftovers, and they were these, just 7 grams. These, just 7 grams. Well, I had a 1 piece. Yeah, I weighted 2 pieces. That was 14 grams, so 7 grams. So this is how much it took me. Normally I do over here 60 rounds, and I'm knitting it on 56 stitches. And I know I shouldn't be saying that, I should give you gauge. So my gauge normally would be, it's 8 stitches per 1 inch. So to do that, I'm using US size 1, which is 2.25 millimeters. So let me know, do you get 8 stitches per inch? Check your socks now. Challenge accepted. And then I decided, okay, let's go white. But I did white for a bit, and as you could see, I kind of got bored. And I went through those leftovers that I got, and I found another slightly small piece, which actually, I think you've seen these socks. And they were like 3 identical small little pieces. So I split this one, that was exactly the same thing. I think they were also 7 each. Well, I actually split it, as you could probably see, split it. Do you see it? Not sure. Anyway, but I split it and I was knitting until I ran out of yarn. But then I count, I think I have over here 45 rounds. I think I counted it for this, you know. And then I finished with, again, Drops Fable. What are those two? I don't know, again, this, you know. So you've seen my previous video. Hopefully you commented and I know now. But I was trying to go through even RAVELRY, go to the yarn tab, and then I went to KnitPicks Felici, and I was trying to find this colorway. But my friend said it's very, very old colorway, so I'm not sure. But I know this. And I have actually a label for that. So this little one is a KnitPicks Felici, and it is building blocks. You see that? Ba-dum. And the same thing, 75% wool, 25% nylon. Nylon, I told you, is exactly the same thing that what is polyamide. It's basically, I think in the 70s, I'm saying 70s, I need to double check that. But in the past, they basically introduced that fiber, I say fiber, type thing, and they showed it in New York and London, and that's why there was NY and LON. Nylon. Well, they are beautiful. I love them so much. And then I found out a little piece of Drops Fable, and I have that much, and I knitted heels. This is it, and this is 101. It's kind of beige color, kind of beige, but beige going into brown. Kind of makes sense, does it? But you know, so I like it so much that I put slightly different. It's not all the time the same because I have a habit to put the same. And this is afterthought heel, but the way I do it is I basically mark the side of the sock, and then later on I just pick up stitches and then cut the middle. How to do that, I have a video inside that long tutorial, well, long, 30 minutes I think, but there's a short video how I do afterthought heels, so if you check that out in the playlist tutorials you find it. So yay, I'm so happy with them. They're so cool. I'm a little bit afraid though, because the latest sock, maybe on the screen if I have a photo, is the one that I knit with KnitPicks, and I got it as a gift. I've never got a KnitPicks sock yarn by myself. Like, you know, I never bought it because it's American yarn and, you know, customs and stuff. And actually they don't sell to Ireland. What I want to say? Do you have that sometimes? So yeah, so I knitted, I got Jingles, I think that colorway, it's Christmas colorway. I got it from Amber from Yarn Holder podcast, so hello. And I was wearing them twice, and I'm not sure they were felting or so. I was really gentle with them. So my mom cleaned them. She said she sort them out, she will cut the bits. At that time I didn't have the, you know, I don't have a gleaner. I have Bubble Off. But I didn't have that, so she just said she'll take scissors and gently, you know, sort things out. So I'm not sure about these. I'm kind of aware that if I gift them, someone may be disappointed, but they're so pretty, and I actually would have someone in mind who would really like them. But will they wash them? Let's face it, washing socks is just putting them in the water for 15 minutes with some detergent, you know, try to get a wool, if not basic soap, and leave them for like 15 minutes and then just rinse them and they'll be fine. Or unless you go to the mud and stuff, you know, but who would with a hand knitted socks, don't you think? Right, so that could be a gift. And I think that's all. If you have any questions, do you like this idea, knitting with leftovers? If you have a knitting group, swap with each other. That'd be really awesome. Okay, I'm going to leave you now because there's another video going on, hopefully tomorrow, with the next socks. And that's a little bit the same, but with a bit of kind of personal touch. I hope you enjoyed this one. See you next one. Don't forget to follow links down below and say hi to me, tag me if you're knitting, check my shop if you're using my pouches. Make my day. I hope you enjoyed this one. See you next one. Bye, and swap leftovers.